Hey guys, Pastor Matt here. I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to touch base with you about all that's going on with the youth ministry and some of our plans going forward. I usually prefer to do this type of thing face to face, but COVID is weird. However, a recorded video definitely has its advantages, such as the ability to watch it at a time that's convenient for you, rewatching it at a later time if you're prone to forgetfulness, kind of like me, or watching it at a slower or faster speed. And honestly, I think everything sounds more entertaining at double speed. I hope this video will be a good resource for you so that you can have a better picture of our vision for the youth ministry over the next year. One of my favorite movie series is Indiana Jones. I make no secret about that. At one point in the first movie, Indy was asked something about a plan concerning a particular situation. He has arguably one of the best responses to the question. I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. And as much as I enjoy this line in the movie, this is not suggested for youth ministry. Because of this, we try to plan our year to the best of our ability. In doing so, we have a few major focuses that help keep us anchored to our mission and our vision. The first thing to note is that we are called Spirit Life Student Ministry for a reason. And that reason is simply that we are an extension of Spirit Life Church. So our vision and mission is the same as the church. Our main focuses here in the youth group are teaching, discipleship, relationships, and empowering students. And I'll briefly summarize each of these. As far as teaching is concerned, we follow a schedule that rotates every month and covers a variety of topics, but they typically fall under four main categories, which are how we relate to other people, using our gifts, spending time with God, and sharing our story. As a ministry, we are not successful unless we're able to encourage our students to embrace discipleship. While there are a variety of lengthy descriptions of what discipleship is, the short and sweet version for our purpose is for each person to take steps of their own free will, both towards and with God. Thirdly, we place a high value on relationships and work to continually connect with the students. And lastly, we want to empower the students to live their lives with the ideas that Colossians chapter 1 verse 10 and John 10:10 give. To summarize, they encourage us to live in a manner worthy of the Lord and to have a full and satisfying life. With our overall goal in mind, I want to say again that this season with COVID is weird. As I'm sure you can imagine, plans have to be able to change at the last minute. With that being said, there are a couple of points to note regarding COVID and our plans. One, we want everyone to be as safe and healthy as possible. We will take measures to keep everyone as safe as possible during all of our events. However, if you feel the need to stay home, then feel free to do so. There's absolutely no shame in that. Also, if there are any ways that we can keep you connected while being physically away from the group, please reach out to me and discuss various options. Again, this is a weird season and we want to keep moving forward regardless of the situation. And technology gives us a benefit that we can be able to capitalize on. So again, reach out to me and we can see what we can do. Also, in life there are countless things to disagree on, from which sports team is better, I'm a Cardinal fan, to current events, to COVID issues. Our goal as a ministry is to bring people together under Jesus, digitally when necessary, so we will not be knocking each other down for having a difference of opinion, whatever they may be. 3. Any date that we set for events are tentative. So if COVID or any other thing gets in the way of the date of our event, our current plan is to postpone the event for another date, typically by 1 week at a time. So for example, if the event is our Saturday night hangout, and the plan would be to move the date back 1 week at a time until a safe date is in place. We'll work to make sure everyone is updated with information, and the only way I can do that is if I have your contact information. And as I mentioned previously, our teaching schedule rotates the topic monthly, while the major category will change every quarter. Our teaching content is both biblically sound and relevant to the students. Every month, a snapshot of the topics we plan to cover will be prepared and sent to you, so that you know what we're talking about and have the opportunity to further engage both with what is being taught and the youth ministry itself. If you ever want to know more about what we teach, just reach out to me and we can discuss any of the topics, or I can send you more information. A key element to our teaching style is including students in the discussion. We've had some incredible conversations so far, and I would love for that to continue. So if there's any way for you to encourage your team to contribute, to engage in the discussions, that would be both helpful and appreciated. And also, as I mentioned earlier, our view of discipleship can be boiled down to every person taking steps of their own free will, both towards and with God. Discipleship is not done quickly. In reality, it's done throughout our entire lives. It is a part of every step we take. It can also be difficult to know which step we should take next. Hopefully, we will be able to help lighten that load a bit. Every month when I send out the parent communication, there will be a section that recommends the discipleship tools. These will usually contain some sort of devotional and will typically relate to the topic of the month. While it will be quite helpful for the teen who engages with it, we also recommend that you take this step with them. Hopefully, this will help spark discussion about the content and will help solidify their faith. And as much as we love this incredible group of students and are honored that you would allow us to help lead them, we recognize that you, as the parent, is the greatest influence in their life, even if they don't always act like it. Relationships are vitally important, which is why we aim to emphasize and highlight healthy relationships. We, as a youth ministry, are attempting to stay in contact with the students, especially during this weird season. One of the ways to promote healthy relationships and connections is offering times for the students to hang out and have fun in a safe environment. This is usually offered in the form of our events. We try to offer at least one hangout event every month. In a bygone era, we would alternate between going somewhere such as Cart Country or the movies or to an arcade and hanging out in the gym with themed nights like Nerf War, board game nights, bonfire, etc. We've had lots of fun on these. But for the time being, we're focusing our events on themed evenings at the gym. At these events, we focus on having fun and connecting with one another. Not only do we provide the space, but also the entertainment and the food. There is a minimal cost for these events. Unless otherwise noted, such as in the bulletin or the monthly parent communication, these events will be $10. And I think it's important to note that we're not trying to make any money off of these events, but if it does turn out that we have some excess, any extra money would go towards future trips. Most of it just covers the cost of the trip itself, or the events themselves. We never want a few dollars to separate any student from connecting with the group. We also recognize that sometimes it may not be available in the budget. So if that's the case, just please contact me and give me a heads up, and we will make sure that your child is covered. It does help if I know more than an hour before the event, but even if that's the case, just give me a heads up and come on anyways. We want your student to be able to come to all of our events. And as far as our bigger events go, such as Winterfest, Youth Camp, maybe even a camping trip in the future, that'd be fun. We will have to take that as it comes. We'll send out event information as soon as possible, but timely communication for these events are absolutely critical. And similar to our regular events, if finances are an issue, just let me know and we can work something out. Sometimes we even have scholarships available for these bigger events. In the last portion of our main focuses, I want to elaborate on what we mean by empowering the students. We want them to live a full and satisfying life that is worthy of the Lord. This is more of a consequence of everything else that we do, from the teaching to discipleship to healthy relationships. And just about any time that we get together, we have conversations. Some are fun and some do go in the discipleship path. But especially during our teaching times, I try to make sure that we have a safe place to wrestle with scripture or ideas that they are trying to process, or even doubts that the students may have. One of the best quotes that I've heard come across on doubt and faith is, "Doubt is not toxic to your faith. Unprocessed doubt is." So we want to make sure that we give time and space for students to think through these things, and with some guidance, of course. I've learned that simply telling someone information rarely makes an impact. However, by giving people the tools and space to discover the truth for themselves, you're giving them the best chance to allow this to take root in their lives and empower them moving forward. I've said it before, but I want to make sure that I say it again. You guys, as the parents, are awesome, and I am honored that you trust me and the team here to be a part of leading your kids on their journey with Christ. I emphasize the word part because their greatest source of influence is you, the parent. And I know that sometimes that's encouraging to hear, while other times it is incredibly scary. Regardless of whether that is encouraging or concerning to you, I want you to know that we are here for you as well. If there is anything at all that we can do to assist you in this, please do not hesitate to let me know. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you ever need to text, call, or set up a time to meet with me, just let me know. I'm excited for the road ahead and seeing these students continue on their journey.